what's our role now? Or if we're in a career that we've been in for a long time and want to change, where do you go? Where do you turn? I mean, we're in our 50s now. Welcome to Now What? Hi, I'm Melis, your host, and you're listening to Now What, the podcast that dives into the heart of midlife and all its twists and turns. Whether you're feeling lost, bored, or just wondering what your next move should be, believe me, you're not alone. So join me and let's navigate this midlife maze together. Let's go. Hello, hoops and gloss. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Welcome to episode 1. I cannot believe this is actually happening. So, if you're wondering who the heck is Melis, that is moi, and what the hell is this podcast? You're in the right place. I'm going to explain briefly. So, hi, I'm Melis. Nice to meet you all. I am a 52-year-old mom of 3, married, 2 dogs, live in the suburbs in Northern California. I almost forgot for a second where I lived. And I'm at the phase of my life, which I guess, for lack of a better term, is midlife. And not an empty nester yet, but getting there and wondering, what the heck do I do now? Now what? Now what? Now what do I do? I don't have really a career. Let me back up. I'm getting too excited. So, my kids, my oldest Tyler is a sophomore in college. My son Dylan is a freshman in college, and my daughter Devin is a sophomore in high school. So, kids are older. I'm needed less. I was in corporate America. I call it my former life. 20 years ago, I was working at Microsoft in online advertising and was supposed to go back to work when our oldest son Tyler was born. And sorry, hubby, I literally thought, you guys, I was going to be the one who would be racing back to work. I was going to do it all. I was going to still keep my career, be a mom, obviously. And I don't know what happened to me. But the second Tyler was born, I looked at him and I thought to myself, didn't really communicate it with my husband out loud at that moment. I mean, good Lord, I had just given birth, for God's sakes. But I thought, yeah, I'm not going back to work. I'm not going back to work. So we got through that little blip. And here I am 20 years later, wondering, now what do I do with my life? So I thought, there must be other women out there that feel this way. Even if you know, worked while raising your kids or you gave up your careers to stay home with your kids, time has been zooming by. And now we're in that phase of our lives where things are really changing. We're really in the middle place. So we're in the place where we're still raising our kids if they haven't already left the nest. And for some of us, we're also now taking care of our parents. It truly is the definition of midlife. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know what the hell to do with myself. And I'm in the phase where I am ready to just unleash and try everything. I have most recently, I went, well, again, let me back up. I've always have been into fitness and nutrition, and we'll get into that later episodes, other podcasts. And so I went back to work locally at a nutrition place and got certified as a nutrition coach, which was great. During COVID, I did start my own nutrition business, which was fun for a little bit, but still was craving that interaction, in-person interaction, and went back to fitness coaching. And I do teach a fitness class, but I still want more. But I don't know what that is. So I'm inviting all of you to join this journey with me because I know I am not alone. This being dazed and confused and not knowing what the next step is, but wanting to do something more, step out of our roles if we were just full time, not to say just, but full time moms. What's our role now? Or if we're in a career that we've been in for a long time and want to change, where do you go? Where do you turn? I mean, we're in our 50s now. It's all about the young and the technology. I mean, believe me, this technology thing is correct. So, little bit about my background. We'll get into it more, but that's how this podcast evolved. Is I'm wanting to create a community. Let's go through this together. Let's go through the dreaded menopause together. I mean, one hot flash at a time, right, ladies? Let's Well, how do you go from parent to coach as your kids get older? I'm going to bring friends on here. We're going to have very honest and authentic conversations. And let me tell you, friends, no topic is off limits. None. Zero. Zilch. Bring it on. We're going to talk about it all. So that's what Now What is all about. It's coming together, all us fabulous women, and really unleashing our true selves, our true potential, tapping into our interests. I mean, I feel like I'm kind of addicted to self help, but at the same time, it needs to be followed up with some action. I can read all these self help books, but then they just go back in the little drawer and okay, that was inspiring. And then I forget the action items I was supposed to do. So, we're going to talk about fashion in our 50s and beyond. It's not even limited to you. You're more than welcome to join. I have lots of younger friends. I'm going to have them on it to explain why it's important to have friends of all ages. Believe me, the young keep us young. And we're still fun, right? We are fun. We are not dead. There's a great podcast, 50 but not dead. We are not dead. We are fun and we don't have to just mail it in. So, we're going to talk nutrition. We're going to talk fitness. We're going to talk fashion. We're going to talk pop culture. We're going to talk about whatever we want to talk about. And just know that you're not alone. Okay? Now what? Now what do we do? I don't know. I don't have the answers, but maybe together we'll actually get some answers and figure some things out together. So, with that being said, I welcome you all to join me weekly in Now What? And let's go through this midlife maze together. Let's laugh about it. I deal with things via laughter, sometimes appropriately, sometimes inappropriately. Don't tell me terrible news because I get a very nervous reaction and it's laughter. I don't mean it. It's gotten me into a lot of trouble. Funerals, I mean, not to be insensitive, I get so nervous, I get the giggles in funerals. I know. I know. It is what it is. Let's also learn to embrace ourselves in our 50s, right? Yes, the answer is right. So join me. I'm really excited and let's just do this together. So I'm going to be ending every podcast with a minute with Melis. And today's Minute with Melissa, I'm going to just take 60 seconds to answer a common question I got from friends of mine before launching is, how do I get a hold of you? Well, my friends obviously know, but for you new people who are just meeting me, hello, nice to meet you. This is how you can follow me and ask me questions or tell me topics you want to talk about. I am on Instagram and TikTok at Motivate with Melis, MotivateWithMelis. Actually, on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm new to TikTok, you guys. Talk about feeling 100 years old. There is something about TikTok that kind of scares me. So if any of you are experts on TikTok, slip into my DMs. I don't know. Do you even say DMs on TikTok? I don't know. I'm more of an Instagram person, but whatever. So feel free to DM me or write a little post. I don't even know if on this podcast you can comment below, but let's just say comment below. Why not? I'm winging it. All right, hoops and gloss. That's it for this episode. Please share with a friend, and I'll see you next week.